Vietnam, war protests and all that, and then the hippie revolution around about that time, and a lot of people, the parents are like, oh, fucking, you sound like a hippie because you're talking about everyone needs to get along and fucking, And
like you're not living in reality, and if you talk about love so much,
what
do you need to get real, man. You need to understand that the world is dark.
World's fucked up and you need to be a part of that.
The world's a dark place and you've got to defend yourself. Be realistic, man. It's like, well, I feel like I've gone out and I've sort of actively lived in a way that is the opposite of that. Like, I give people the trust and put myself in situations where if they...
You do. Tessa does.
If they have the option here to either fuck me over or not,
absolutely.
And I give them that chance
and
not to.
Put politely.
And never yet has it turned bad for me, because I believe that when you give people the opportunity to be good, they usually come good, because I think that the good in people is there and it wants to come out.
Yeah.
So I feel like living out of love and trust is 100% the way to go, and for me that is absolutely real. Like, that is it. And when you come to those kind of realizations about your feelings and how you relate to love and what you think about it, and you actually see love as not just this word that gets thrown into pop songs, you see it and you realize, oh my god, like, love, I get it, I understand it, and I believe in it fully 100%.
Definitely.
Then it's a real eye-opener to life, really, I think.
No, I think you're 100% right. I don't think of things in those terms. I know.
You're a dude.
Yeah, that's because I'm a guy. I like to base myself in the world where it's sort of like, well, you're a dickhead, you know the problems here, why aren't you fucking doing something to help fix them? Rather than the mystical love world, but it's all good.
We're yin and yang, Sean.
We are, which is why we work it out correctly.
Yeah. So,
but
should we wrap it up?
No, I'm fucking.
I have to go soon.
Do you? Where are you gonna go?
Get a haircut.
Oh, you're getting your fucking haircut. It looks scrappy. When do you have to go?
2:45.
What's the time? Get the phone.
2:30.
Yeah. Well, look. Anyway, so we're doing this podcast about anything and everything, as you've heard. But it's not all about doom and gloom. The world's a beautiful place, and it could be an even more beautiful place if we all cooperate.
And sorted our shit out.
And sorted our fucking shit out. And, like, it's so blatantly obvious. Sort of like, you look at all these countries around the world, and the world's what? The world's in $40 trillion debt.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, hold on.
To
who? I look up
country.
at the stars some nights and think about all the universes out there, and I was like, fuck, those cunts must have to pay a lot of debt.
Whatever happens, we need to sort our shit out to the point where aliens can come down and we can proudly say what we're about.
Yeah. Like, we can go, look, we had our bad times. We nearly destroyed ourselves, but we came out on top of this. And if you want me to touch on the fact of how close we are to destroying ourselves, Shane Smith, Vice, amazing person, spreading, an investigative journalist, not even investigating shit.
No,
he's really just a reporting journalist.
Find stuff out for himself.
He goes and speaks. He's just recently... just yesterday I heard him talk on the Joe Rogan Experience, and he's talking about how seriously close the world is to nuclear war. And you wouldn't think, it's not Iran, it's not North Korea, it's not any of these. It's the two ones that I can guarantee no one's heard of, because I haven't really heard of it. And I watched 100 different news agencies. It is through India and Pakistan. India and Pakistan are so close. If India is saying, Pakistan is saying.
Okay, so if India get another terrorist attack on Mumbai, which is like the equivalent of America's 9/11, Pakistan are going to retaliate with. India are going to go and get Pakistan with their ballistic
and the intercontinental ballistic missile, and then if that happens,
then Pakistan are going
openly
to go. They're going to unleash their complete arsenal on.
So each country have around about 150 nukes each. Okay.
And Shane Smith was saying that neither of them actually care that it's going to mean mutual destruction.
No.
That's the difference between cultures over there and ones that give a fuck about life a bit more. And actually, sorry, I know this is a bit off topic, but that's the scary thing about when you have destructive weapons in the hands of people who actually believe that death is better place, because they want to
Well,
die.
that's
that
the beauty of religion.
Is so fucking scary.
Yeah.
Because, and they're making decisions on behalf of the whole world based on their religious beliefs.
What it comes down to, and what it comes down to is the fact that if you have, like Shane Smith was saying, if you have a percentage on a roulette wheel of world destruction and everyone dies from 30 nuclear weapons going off, okay, through a nuclear winter. If you have that chance on a roulette board, if there's only one chance, a 00, of that happening, then we got to get rid of the fucking nuclear weapons. You know, we don't need them. There's no thing, unless we're going to shoot down a fucking asteroid, why the fuck do we have them? I don't understand. You know, it's silly.
And then they're going to, now they're researching into antimatter weapons. It's like,
antimatter.
What is it that we're so intent on destroying? Like, our whole life is here on this planet is based on coming up with technology that can kill things faster.
To kill other cunts. And like,
it
blows my mind that we have we're getting to a point where such limitless potential, you know, even through, hopefully in a positive manner, manipulating the genetic code of humans so we don't have any more disease or anything like that. If we can start doing that, then we got to get our headspace right of the reason why we're here and what we're doing is for a positive cause, for the good of everyone, rather than the possibility of blowing up another country because you guys don't believe in what I believe in. You know, it is...
It's so fucking old and outdated, and seriously,
but
we need to sort that out.
He's gone and he's actually spoken to terrorist organisations in Pakistan. He's spoken to the Indian government himself. Personally, it will be up on the internet for everyone to watch within the next, I don't know. Advice usually comes out pretty fast after they've done an interview. And he has said, you don't understand how close it is. They are both publicly out there. Indian and Pakistan are publicly saying on their respective news networks that they will they will strike with their nuclear weapons if something else happens. He goes, unless everyone out there starts standing up for their right to free and safe existence, and I'm saying everyone. Okay, not like the from the grassroots, from the bottom percentage of the population, stand up and tell our governments, you guys are not making decisions on our behalf.
It's no longer the politician's responsibility. We can no longer just go, they will sort it out, they'll fix it. No, it's our responsibility now because we're way too affected by global issues.
They're inflicted with some. I wrote an article on it. It's called the power paradox. They want domination over other humans, and like that might sound like this big sinister thing, but it's not. It's an actual term. A psychologist's term is called the power paradox. You can look it up. Okay, and once you get up to a certain level of power with control over a certain amount of people, you start to develop this paradox of wanting to get more domination. Now that's a human nature argument. You know what I mean? And I think it's a whole outdated concept anyway. But like that, and that's only we're talking about nuclear war. I don't even think could comprehend that really when I think about bad things going on in the world. I think more about climate change, how fragile our food distribution system is. I think about all these sort of things that could go wrong. If we were to experience any sort of shortfall in any area. I was trying to think back of what I was saying before. Anyway, but it's a very look at, and like I said, if there is world destruction on the cards in any form, climate change especially, if the biggest iceberg in the world, they're talking about finding cracks in it, which if part of this iceberg falls off, a 1 to 2 metre sea level rise. Okay, that's from burning fossil fuel. That's actually that's why it's caused it, and that's what's happening. So if there's around about 70% of cities around the world are on sea level or below it. So like now New York is speaking with
Dutch authorities.
With
who are
Dutch
experts
authorities.
in holding
Yeah.
floods at bay.
Well, Amsterdam is, especially, but Netherlands is authority in being able to hold the ocean out of their city. So they're speaking with New York now because of Hurricane Sandy on how they're going to stop another Sandy, if it does happen, how they're going to stop water from coming into their city, because New York's screwed. Fucked. They're talking about...
But if you're talking about, okay, it's 2012, it's nearly December 2012, and to me, I know that we've recently gotten ourselves immersed in all this stuff that's going on in the world, and when you're involved in that stuff, it seems like that's what the whole world's about, but I feel like shit is actually happening apocalyptic size. Like, New York City was completely flooded. Like, Manhattan was fucked up. That's massive. That's the biggest, most significant city in the world, and it's fucked.
Yeah.
And then, and then you've got, like,
I'm glad I saw it when I did.
Yeah.
We've just got in there. It was only by about 2 months ago. Yeah,
but, like, I mean, that's just crazy. It's crazy, the stuff that's going on.
No, it is. And like, and hearing about that nuclear stuff and hearing about, like, we're talking about the people who are in control of these weapons are not fucking
fit to be
making these decisions.
That's the really good point that Joe
And
Green
what decision is to make? Let's be fucking serious. Who could make that decision? I think I should let that bomb go because it's for the best. There is no best. And when it comes down to it, what it comes down to is that there was actually a vote. I think it was between the countries. I don't think it was UN, but there was a vote of should the Arab states become a nuclear-free zone. Should all the Arab states become... And there was an overwhelming vote of yes, they should become a nuclear-free zone.
A global vote? Or
I think it was UN. It was definitely UN. Okay, but America voted no. And why did America vote no on that?
Because they want Israel to have...
Because they want Israel to have nuclear weapons. And so you've got this stability in the Arab world, which seems to be the place where there's going to be the conflict, where there's going to be the next big war. And there's real chances at some sort of peaceful resolution to the whole situation being voted against by the US always, and it's because of Israel wants the bomb, but it doesn't come down to Israel having the bomb. It doesn't come down to Iran getting a bomb. It doesn't come down to North Korea just getting the information. Or all this. It comes down to every country saying, worldwide destruction, we're going to put a cross in that box of it not happening.
Why don't we just go to the UN?
We don't want to do it.
Why don't we go to the UN with a cardboard cutout of the globe and we'll colour it in like cartoon. we'll colour it in.
No, big no.
And we'll have a picture of it blowing up and we'll go no. And cross it out.
But then that's only one point. So it's a big thing. We don't want to have to live through something like that. So anyway, what's the time?
It's 2:30, so I actually need to go.
All right. So anyway, guys. It's been the first podcast of The Connect. We've actually, in a couple of days, we've got a brilliant mind coming on as our first interviewee. And he's a brilliant guy, and he's going to be a very interesting talk. And that's essentially what we're setting this up. It's not just going to be us just speaking shit the whole time.
Because trust me, you don't want to listen to
Sean talk. And I got a lot of it to give you. But what it's mainly about is us getting people
from all different walks of life and all different points of view. We want to find out what you think.
Hopefully we can get a rabbi in. Hopefully we can get psychics in. Hopefully we can get UFO abductees in. No, look, anyone we can to hear about. Climate experts, everything, and we're just going to be...
Not even just that. Anyone with an interesting story, even if it's just like, you went to the shop and the lady at the checkout said something funny and like made your day, and you talk about how you felt about that.
And then you nearly got hit by a car and you shat your pants.
Yeah,
that would be great.
Yeah, we've got a few friends of ours
so
who
if anyone shut their pants lately in public...